troubleshoot out before you come to class on Monday. Okay. Well, first of all, factorial 0 factorial is 1. 1 factorial is 1. 2 factorial means 2 times 1, which is 2. 3 factorial means 3 times 2 times 1, which is going to give you 6. 4 factorial means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which means 24. So on and so forth. 5 factorial obviously means 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is the same thing as 5 times 24, which is 120. Okay? So those are factorials. Now you can reduce factorials. Let's look at some of those. Let's say 6 factorial, let's say divide that by 3 factorial is, you can write this out the long way. You can go 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, and then the bottom we can go 3 times 2 times 1, which ones reduce off, 2's reduce off, and 3's reduce off. Either that, or you can go 6 times 5 times 5 times 4 times 3 factorial, and because we know 3 factorials reduce off, okay, we can write it like that, take a shortcut. Okay, so obviously 4 times 5 is 20, 20 times 6 is 120. Okay, so let's do a few more of these. Okay, let's do a problem. The problem 15 factorial over 9 factorial times 6 factorial. This is 15 times 14 times 13 times 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 factorial. I'm going to stop right there, because I have a 9 factorial on the bottom. Then I have a 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So the 9 factorials reduce off. Okay, let's reduce the 6 and the 12, I get a 2. And then the 2's will reduce off. And let's see if we can reduce any other thing. Anything else? Okay, 5 and 15, I get a 3. Okay. And I can reduce, looks like a 10 and 4. 2 will go to that twice, 2 will go to that 5 times. And now I can reduce to 2 and 14, I get 7. Looks like 3 will not reduce off anywhere else. Oh, 3 will reduce. There's that 3 and that 3. Okay, so that reduces off. So what we have left is really a 7 times 13 times 11 times 5. Okay, and then when you multiply, then basically that's what you do. You just multiply 7 times 13 times. Okay, so now this turns into 5005. Okay, factorial times n plus 1. We can write this in a short form. This is really n plus 1 times n times n minus 1 times n minus 2, so on and so forth, all the way down to times 1. Okay, or we can write this as a n plus 1 factorial. It's the same thing. Okay, and we can also reduce when we have n's. So let's say you have an n factorial, all that over n minus 3 factorial. That's the same thing as n times n minus 1, because we're going down by 1 each time, times n minus 2 times n minus 3, and then we can stop there because I can write that as a factorial, and then n minus 3 factorial on the bottom will reduce off, so my final answer is n. minus n minus 1.